They say Stoics are quiet, withdrawn, introverted, but is that strength or isolation? Is it a retreat from the world or a strategic withdrawal to gather force? Today we venture into the heart of Stoicism, a philosophy as enduring as time itself. We unravel the truth. Are Stoics really introverts, or is there something deeper, something more profound at play? Subscribe to Arev for more Stoic wisdom. Observe, if you will, the lion in the tall grass. He does not roar before the hunt. He lies in wait, a study in stillness, his power coiled tight within. Such is the way of the Stoic. They master their inner world before venturing out to conquer the outer one. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, found solace not in the clamor of the court, but in the quietude of his journal. There, in the silent communion with himself, he forged his strength. For true power lies not in the volume of one's voice, but in the ironclad grip of self-control. The Stoic understands this. They are not passive observers in the drama of life, but active architects of their own destiny. The world is a chaotic symphony of noise and distraction. The Stoic builds within themselves a sanctuary of silence. The ancient Stoic philosopher Seneca once wrote, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." In the pause, in the considered silence, the Stoic finds their advantage, for it is in the quiet spaces that wisdom takes root. The world, you see, is awash in noise, a cacophony of opinions, judgments, and fleeting emotions. But the Stoic, they understand the power of silence. They listen more than they speak, for they know that true knowledge is absorbed, not proclaimed. Imagine, if you will, a still pond. Its surface reflects the world around it with perfect clarity. But toss a stone into its depths, and the image is shattered, distorted by the ripples of disturbance. So it is with the mind. When we are constantly speaking, reacting, engaging in the turbulence of the world, our inner clarity is lost. The Stoic, however, cultivates a stillness within. They become the calm observer, the silent listener. And in that silence, they gain a perspective that eludes those who are constantly swept along by the current. Picture, if you will, the eagle soaring high above the earth. It does not flap its wings frantically against every gust of wind. Instead, it uses the very forces that buffet it to gain altitude, to soar higher and see further. This, you see, is the essence of Epictetus's famous teaching: control what you can, ignore what you can't. The Stoic understands that life, like the wind, is full of forces beyond our control. They do not waste precious energy railing against the storm. Instead, they become masters of their own ship, adjusting their sails to navigate the ever-changing seas of existence. The Stoic is not passive. They are discerning. They observe the world with a keen and impartial eye, separating what they can control from what they cannot. This is not a philosophy of indifference, but one of focused action. Chapter 4. Solitude is not loneliness. Venture with me, if you will, into the heart of the wilderness. Here, amidst the towering trees and the silent symphony of nature, we find a profound truth often lost in the clamor of civilization. Solitude is not loneliness. The Stoic understands this distinction. They recognize that true strength lies not in constant social engagement, but in the ability to find contentment and fulfillment within oneself. For it is in solitude that we connect with the deepest parts of ourselves. Consider, for example, the lives of some of the most influential figures of our time: Elon Musk, Steve Jobs. These were not men who shied away from solitude. They understood its power, its ability to foster deep thinking, creativity, and innovation. Chapter 5. Social when necessary, silent when needed. Let us journey back in time, if you will, to the bustling forum of ancient Rome. Here, amidst the throngs of people and the clamor of debate, we encounter a figure of stark contrast: Cato the Younger, a Stoic known for his unwavering principles and his economy of speech. Cato was no recluse. He was a senator, a soldier, a man who engaged in the political and social life of his time. Yet he understood a fundamental truth about human interaction: that words have power, and that silence, strategically employed, can be more persuasive than the most eloquent speech. The Stoic does not avoid social interaction. They understand that humans are social creatures, that we thrive on connection and community. but they also recognize that not all interactions are created equal. They choose their words carefully, speaking only when they have something of value to add to the conversation. They are not driven by a need to fill every silence, to dominate every interaction. Chapter 6. Emotional control is misunderstood. We often misunderstand emotional control, mistaking it for coldness, a suppression of natural human feelings. But the Stoic teaches us a different way, a path of mastery over the tides of emotion, not their denial. Imagine, if you will, a skilled charioteer holding the reins of powerful steeds. He doesn't eliminate their energy, their fire, he harnesses it. He guides their power, ensuring it doesn't become a destructive force. This, you see, is the essence of Stoic emotional control. It is not about becoming unfeeling, but about cultivating an inner stillness that allows us to experience emotions fully without being ruled by them. The Stoic acknowledges the full spectrum of human experience: joy, sorrow, anger, love. They do not deny these emotions, but they refuse to be swept away by them. Like a ship's captain navigating a storm, they remain calm amidst the turbulence. Chapter 7. The Art of Minimalism in Speech. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak, remarked Diogenes, the ancient Greek philosopher. In this simple observation, he encapsulates a profound truth about the power of words. The Stoic understands that true communication is not about filling the air with noise, but about choosing our words with care and precision. They practice the art of minimalism in speech, recognizing that silence, strategically employed, can be more potent than 1,000 carelessly uttered words. Imagine, if you will, a skilled archer taking aim at a distant target. He doesn't fire arrow after arrow in a frantic volley. He takes his time, carefully assessing the wind, the distance, and the weight of his arrow, and when he finally releases, his aim is true. So it is with the Stoics' use of language. They weigh their words carefully, considering their impact before letting them fly. Chapter 8. The Modern Stoic Approach. Stoicism is not a relic of the past, confined to the dusty scrolls of ancient philosophers. It is a living philosophy, as relevant today as it was centuries ago, offering us a framework for navigating the complexities of modern life. In the realm of dating and relationships, the Stoic teaches us to approach connection with an open heart, but without clinging desperation. They understand that true love cannot be forced or demanded, but must be given freely. They are comfortable in their own skin, radiating a quiet confidence that is infinitely more attractive than any contrived facade. In the workplace, the Stoic is a beacon of calm amidst the storm. They approach their work with focus and determination, undeterred by setbacks or challenges. They are team players, willing to collaborate and support their colleagues. Chapter 9. The Balance of Stoicism. Stoicism, you see, is not about retreating from the world, becoming a hermit in a tower of indifference. It is about finding a balance, a harmony between our inner and outer worlds. It is about knowing when to speak and when to stay silent, when to act and when to observe, when to engage and when to retreat. The true Stoic is not defined by their silence, but by their mastery over it. They understand that silence is a tool, a weapon, a source of strength, but like any tool, it must be wielded with skill and precision. They do not shy away from the world, but they do not allow themselves to be swept away by its currents. They are present in each moment, fully engaged, yet they maintain a detachment that allows them to observe the ebb and flow of life with a sense of perspective. Outro the Stoic within. So are Stoics introverts, perhaps, but perhaps it is more accurate to say they are something deeper, something more profound. They are masters of themselves, architects of their own inner worlds. They understand that true strength lies not in isolation, but in the ability to navigate the world with clarity, purpose, and an unwavering sense of self. The Stoic path is not an easy one. If this video sparked something in you, subscribe to Arev and take control of your mind.